There's some advantages and disadvantages. I'm no to it, but I think we lose something if we get too large. It's not that personal feeling at smaller churches like our church, and it's about the right size. I visualize that we can change our program some that would probably be more appealing to the general public than it is today. If we could just look and see where we can do a better job with what we're doing, I think we'd be all right.
I would always be there for people, especially one that's not saved, and find Jesus before they pass away, because we have good preachers and teachers.
Well, my dreams for Marsh Chapel is that it continue to grow. We have space that we can, if we have to, we can build more, and we need to continue to grow and continue to work with the children's department.
I just hope it can keep building up.
I would like for them to continue on as we are. I like the way we support the scouts, the youth, and anything that happens in the community or any of the church members. I'm sure we can continue on just like we was, and I don't really have to look forward to that. I just feel like it's going to be there.
Well, for it to grow and people to support it. And I've been to a lot of churches, several different churches, and I never have been one I'd rather go to than Marsh Chapel. I just like Marsh Chapel Church, and I love the people, and that's the only one I want to go to.
Well, my dreams for Marsh Chapel is it will continue, of course, and be effective and touch lives and bring people into the kingdom. But I do have some worries too, that we're living in a time now when we have a lot of opposition to the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. We have a lot of things that are obstacles that people would like to throw in our way to keep us from doing what we should do to serve God. And I think that one of the problems we have is that we don't really concentrate on learning the difference between right and wrong. And I'm not just saying that for Marsh Chapel, but that's most everywhere we go in the church world today, especially our church, Christian churches. And I would like to see them make God the center of their life, and the scriptures that prove to them and tell them that He is Lord, and that we need to talk to Him about what's right and wrong, and read it and find out what it is, and we can be strong, and then we'll be effective, and we'll continue to go and be a great Marsh Chapel church.
Good afternoon. My name's Bill Swain. We're taping this in the chapel of the Marsh Chapel United Methodist Church. This was done at my request because I would like to give you some ideas about this chapel that have meant a lot to me during the years that I have been a part of this Sunday school class. The Robert West Sunday School class meets each Sunday morning in this chapel, and I've been amazed at the decor of this chapel ever since I've been a part of this Robert West Sunday School class. If I may just point out, there are 11 stained glass windows in the wall. You can probably see the one directly behind me. But each of these 11 stained glass windows came out of the old church. In the edge of the cemetery, there's a monument that says the members of Morris Chapel United Methodist Church worshiped at this site from the years 1870 through 1978. There were a number of things that are in this classroom or the chapel that came from the old church. The pews that are in the seating arrangement in this classroom were in the sanctuary of the old church. The building committee determined how many would be needed and redressed all of these pews to make them look as new as they do today, but they're quite old. I'd also like to point out to you on the wall of the chapel, the women at the church have designed and made a quilt, and each minister that served this church name is embroidered in this quilt. Where I'm sitting is a part of the altar, and in front of me is the altar railing, which was moved intact from the old church. This is hallowed ground as far as I'm concerned, because there's so many ministers that preach the gospel from this pulpit. It's intimidating to be standing up here, believe me. Since the monument out in the cemetery indicated that the old church was used through 1978, the ministerial intern, Rebecca Shuford, found the historical records for the year 1978, excerpts from this historical minutes for the year 1978 briefly summed up what the congregation was doing. And it says, during October and November, our new church was receiving the finishing touches. Not only was this an exciting time, but a busy one. On December the 3rd, 1978, the last worship service in our old church was held, and on December the 10th, 1978, the first services in our new church were held. Reverend J.W. Braxton was our guest speaker. Not only was most of our members present, but also many visitors, former pastors, and members. And it was a great day, exclamation point. Also in the historical minutes were noted a list of the building committee that so diligently worked to bring us the initial building. The chairman of the building committee was Bill Gordon, Harold Wicker, Don Wicker, Wayne Bobby, Orville E. Dillon, Ben Joyce, and Ben Van Hoy. The building committee had many decisions to make. but they certainly are recognized as doing a great job.